Well, hello everybody. Just wanting to make sure that I'm on and looking and sounding good. I had a weird little hiccup in the feed. It said, not going to work, and I was like, what? And then it started streaming. So hopefully I'm looking and sounding all right. I've never seen that happen before. So anyway, let me know in the chat if you can. So today we're going to be happy if we go 2-3. Why? Well, I'm playing a very fun combo-y deck that a lot of growing room, and we're going to change it as we go along. I'm sure you guys have seen this if you played Pauper for any length of time. Hey, Chimsky. All right. Everything looking and sounding good, my friend? Let me know, please. We've got 4 Steelfin Whale and 4 of these Battered Golem, which have the same ability. And when you throw these Retraction Helixes on them, you're able to return the Tooth, keep playing the Tooth for free, and turn things like Ornithopters and Gingerbrutes into unblockable kill shots in one go. So, all right, good. Yeah, it was weird. I've never seen that error before. I hit go live, and it was just like stream canceled. And I was like, I've never seen that error before. So I'm a little worried about the cogs in the machine. All right, so that drama's over with. Anyway, speaking of drama, my first chess class happened. It was mostly kindergartners and first graders, and it was a ruckus. Yeah, I've got to come up with some way to get that kids' energy out. I think I'm going to have them move around like the pieces and stuff and just get them to where they can concentrate. Because there were 2 teachers, including myself, and it was barely enough for 13 kids. There were a few bad apples in the bunch. So that's the chess rundown of my wannabe career here. Okay, we got 17 lands in this. 8 of them are artifacts. We got the Citadels in this. I considered Win Zendikon as well as the Kenku Artificer, but in the end I just wanted to keep the combo as close to the vest as possible and the rest islands. We've got our unblockables here in the Gingerbrute Ornithopter, 2 Lotus Petal. Just felt like I needed a little bit more land, didn't want to go there with the lands, and I wanted to be able to trip the combo there. We're going with the 4/4 package of Preordain and this, as well as 2 Impulses. I find I like this a little bit better than the 4th Thoughtcast. Sometimes we can play Thoughtcast when it happens, but there's not quite as much artifacts. We're not playing any duels, so it's a little harder to get to that. So I cut it to 3 instead of that, rounding out the curve with these. We're playing the Cryogen Relic, obviously, so we got quite a bit of draw, and we're trying to draw into our Steelfin Whale, Battered Golem, find the Tooth, do the thing, Julie. That's why I'm playing with Varric in the card frame here. So anyway, yeah, Demonic Ruckus. Never heard of it. Is that a Pauper card? Anyway, we've got 6 anti-red spells. We've got 3 dispels. We've got 2 Weakstone Subjugation, one of my favorite cards in Pauper that nobody plays. 1 Echoing Truth, and the rest are Tormod's Crypt. So like I said, this isn't a serious outing. I would, if I was a betting man, which I am, I would say we're probably going to go 2-3, and because they can disrupt it in many ways. So I also got a brand new pickleball racket. I'm playing with a Vatic Pro Bloom, I think it's called. It's very similar to the racket that I love so much that is discontinued. Super control paddle. Not much power, but I'm a guy. I don't need much power. So, yeah, that's what I thought. See, when I don't know a card, it's usually one of those silver or gold sort of looking things. But anyway, I'll sit on the art here while we wait for our first opponent, because Steelfin Whale is pretty cool. So whenever an artifact you control enters, untap this creature. Why do we care? Because when the Tooth of Chiss-Goria comes in, we tap it, and then we do the Retraction Helix. Or yeah, that's right. I'm just running the 4. There is another card that does this exact same thing, and I was messing around with 2 of those, so I had a total of 6 Retraction Helixes. But I just wanted to go more with the heavy draw implications here and getting there. So went that route instead. We'll see if it works. Let's go. Fed 191. We're going to go first. Say yes to that. All right. Well, we got a lot of parts here. We'll keep this for sure. Banishing Act. That's the one. Thank you, Chimsky. I should have that. I just like the art of the other one better. So little cooler. Retraction Helix. Sounds like something Zod would do against Superman. Those little floating mirrors of remember, anybody that old remember Superman? I think it was 2, where Zod and those 3 people from Krypton came down and were quite a match for, I haven't seen this little anime avatar here, Yuna. Hello, are they there? I don't want a minute to decide if you like your 7 or not. All right. So I'm out of my commercial batch, Well, that was uneventful. Meaning that, I try to put the commercials that I use or I have used into a folder called recently, so that I don't bore you guys or make the mistake of like playing like I don't know, the Flame Tongue hot sauce commercial like two times in a month, right? So it prevents me from using everything. So I'm at the tail end of it. We've still got Journey to Nowhere, and we've already played the Golgari Southern Grill. So Journey's the last one. One of my least favorites. I think it's because I did the VO for it, which is rare. I've done it for maybe 2 or 3. When I was first doing propaganda, I started doing all these. The majority was either Chris or me doing all the voices. Obviously, we didn't really have a fan base, so we couldn't really lean on people too much. And after about the 4th or 5th one, I'm like, we're already in the show. And then we cut to a commercial with our voice in the show. So, yeah, that's why it reminds me of that, because they're stuck in this little glass mirror in the Superman movie. So, yeah, little fight. That's right. So anyway, a little slow start to today. Where's Grogberg? Speaking of Grogberg, so far I'm trying to play in that Pauper Brew Society. I've won 2-0 right now out of 2, and I faced Grogberg the last time, so felt like home. I'm going to say yes to this. And, well, we got a Preordain, so we'll keep this hand. But my time frame, I'm ready in the evenings, and there's like almost never anybody there, so I've got to start playing in the afternoon or something. So, hey, from the Toronto area, good to have you with us. All right, finally, we're going to do something. Like 6 minutes into the show, and we're casting our first spell. Sorry about that. Well, we got part of this. We'll say top on these guys. That's pretty great. Hit our land, do the relic thing. Yeah, I'll dance around. Good times. All right, Baron Moore. Maybe not lead with the Gingerbrute here. I think I'm just going to play the relic go. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, we got pretty much everything we need. It's tough with the against black, they're going to got a handful of hate probably, right? Oh, there goes Gingerbrute. All right. This is old school. We got Gombaji Witches with the old art. Yuck. All right. Okay, happy to see that. Sure, we'll play this. Doing the thing. And it'll cost 3-4. I guess we'll do this, and then we'll Impulse EOT. Just act like we got a counterspell, which we don't. Whale's gonna cost us a bit. Come on over, Gombaji Witches. Woo! Good times. I think I'll freeze that up instead of Impulse here, because we have everything we need right now. Of course, that will make our relic cost a little too much, though. I'm still going to do it. I mean, our whale here. Boop, pow. Draw the card. Let's see some artifacts. Nope. Okay. Might stay tapped long enough to keep our Gingerbrute alive. Let's see. This whale's going to cost way too much. That's 4. Cancel that. Let's Preordain here. Boop. All right, we like this. We'll say bottom, top. Play this. Let's see, that's 3 less. I could do it for that. Let's try it. See if we get lucky. All right, we'll just do that. Hopefully they don't have a cast down. Retraction Helix in hand. We can get there with Ornithopter. We'll see. Probably not. Bam, there it goes. Yep. That's why I was predicting a 2-3 outing at best. Very old school mono black minus the cast down. This feels like 2008 here. All right. I like this draw. I'll do this main. See what we get. We've got 3 artifacts. Battered Golem's pretty cool. Yeah, we could play that. And have the thing ready again. Let's try that out. Say any order. Don't care. And, well, our Ornithopter is going to say bye-bye. Maybe they'll do that 1-2 main, and then we could still play the Gingerbrute. So I'll Impulse EOT here and hope for the best. Probably should have toothed there, but whatever. When we attack for the win, so 1 or 2 extra damage here and there doesn't really matter much. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe he'll attack with both and give us an opening here. Bye-bye. Oh, subscribe tier 1. Captain Vlad Tepis for 55 months. Oh my God. That's some vampiric love right there. Thank you, my friend. Woo. All right. This is what I was hoping was going to happen. It's not too often you think a blue deck's going to play Gingerbrute on you, right? 2 cards in their hand. Hopefully it's not a snuff out. That's pretty cool, actually. Well, we kind of want everything we have here, don't we? Huh. Yeah, kind of want everything we have. This is going to have to take a whole turn to do the thing. And we're not going to... Let me Helix or Impulse here just in response. Darn Golem's going to die to you-know-who. Let's grab... I guess we'll grab the Relic. Any order. Got to put a card back on top. All right, we'll redraw this. Life is running out. He can do the double 1/2 with that. This is not looking good. I play the Relic. If I play that, I just walk into removal here with the double witches. It's just really unfortunate. I was hoping to draw into like a whale here. I guess we could always top deck a thing. I'm going to wait for the Cryogen trick and just do that. We're taking a lot of damage. Probably losing this game. Whoo! Here we go. Alrighty. Taking a bunch. I'll do the thing with the Relic. Good, they've only got the 1 land. Thorns out. Okay. I'm going to do this to just hopefully buy a turn. Can at least keep Battered Golem out. The problem is we gotta have him out for a whole turn, right? It's got to have haste. I had a Dimir version with Mage's Black Rod in here and stuff, so that I just like the purity of this mono blue one. Yeah, we'll be a losing here. 1, 2, 3 with the Golem. Just got the combo. Let's see if we can find more parts to protect it here. 1 witch will be untapping. 6. Sure. I'll play a Ponder. See if we can find a whale. Nope. Hey, we do find the this though. But we're going to just be drawing into more stuff. You know what? That's okay. Against removal and stuff, we'll just have an extra backup here. So we'll take all of this. Say no to the ability. We'll draw the rest of the deck. Bloop. And now we're in Mysteryville. Let's go. Don't want an Edict. 2, 4, 6. Land will get them there. Probably tough to play the Brute there, right? They just zap it with the Witch. And then they play the Edict if they did it. So I just I have to gamble here a little bit. Gotcha. I'm not going to be able to do much with these that Kombaji Witch sitting back doing the thing. Battered Golem. The blue Golem deck is what you could technically call it, I guess, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. They've got Edict online next turn. We have lost. I don't think there's a way out of this just because of an active Witch there. Unless they just miss, right? All right, they know what we're up to. We'll concede here. This is like a triple Witch draw. Old school. All right, our combo did not work. So, Weak Stone would be pretty good here. Once those Witches tap, I'll just keep them tapped forever. Bring in 2 of those. Gingerbrute felt very vulnerable in that matchup. 2 of those, that's can be a problem. I'll lose 1 of these, 1 of these. Probably get in 2 dispels. Lose another petal, ponder. Let's go. Woo! Yeah, so with the kids, we only got to teach them the pawn and the rooks, and then we played this little game called Wolves and Sheep. where the pawns are supposed to act as sheep. There's only 3 of them against 1 rook, which is the wolf. Rook wins by eating all the sheep, and sheeps win if they get to the edge of the board, any one of them. So neat little way to enforce the concept afterwards and stuff. But I'm not joking about like push-ups or burpees, or if any of y'all have any ideas how to wear out kids. There's like a 10-minute lineup, sometimes 15 minutes, where we've got to, make sure everybody's there before we even go into the classroom to teach. And I want to do. I mean, don't want to be militant about it, but I also want them to be, not so antsy this next time. So, yeah, we want to play first. All right, Fox and Hounds. Yeah, I'm sure it has plenty of names. We'll keep. Yeah, the whale's pretty cool. The chap from Canada. Yeehaw. Only known 2 Canadian players, and they were both very good players. All right. Let's hope you're of that ilk. Here we go, Ponder. Show me the thing, Julie. Ooh, we got plenty of artifacts to warrant all of this. So let's do this, shall we? We'll say no to the ability. I guess we'll play this out. I want to waste an edict on it. Let's go for it. Get the golem out there here. Boom, boom. Okay, there's another. Followed by another. Let's do the attacking dance. Oh, up. Let's go. Why did I tap that? That's silly. Top and top. We'll play this. Play this. Yeah, sure. Attack. Yeah. Does he have a disfigure? Nobody plays that card anymore. But this is an old school blacklist, so maybe he does. There's the witch. Which is which? Woo! And we'll Thoughtcast into oblivion here. Come on, give us some goods. Oh, not that good. Should we give them some bait? Let's do it, just so they're attacking, and maybe we'll just win this way, right? Pow, pow, pow. Attack. Who needs the combo? We'll just do it this way. I swear this guy has like 4 witches in his opening hand. Or her. I don't know. Kind of an androgynous moniker, isn't it? Phyrexian Rager. The other ones. Well, that's pretty creepy too. That's a pretty good art revisit there. I don't mind it. I'm always torn when I like the new art better, but I'm used to the old art visually as like a trigger to, like what to play and such. So, all right. Bye-bye, birdie. Be careful with the witches. I think everyone on the planet who's played online especially has always chosen the wrong target for a witch the first time, right? That is pretty cool. The guy's like encapsulated in it. Pretty cool. All right. Well, let's do the thing. Hopefully, yep. Attack. Not going to be blocking with either of these, and in case of a snuff out, I'm just going to divvy up the damage. I've almost got him to single digits already, courtesy of Da Vinci's first little mention. Woo! Definitely a dedicated crowd. MiG 3 and A. Okay, hopefully I'm got close. Not showing Gary. Nope. I'm talking even older than Gary, though. That's what it feels like to me. Sign in blood. Keeping it honest. All right. Single digits have entered the building. Oh, they're going all in. All right. Here we are. Better keep them back, Jack. Come on, Retraction Helix off the top. Rip it. All right. Well, that's one way of ripping it. Rip it. All right. Cool. Well, we'll do the thing and see if it works. Boop. And here we go. They have snuff out or not. We'll see. We'll return this to the hand. We'll play it. All right. Combo achieved. L W. Here we go. I do like the changes we made. I've got 2 little bits of counter magic, 2 ways of turning off the witch. They're surprisingly good. I mean, obviously against brute, but even against when they do have double, those are pretty cool. That's why we really want to have favor a whale draw, because these guys look tough, these battered golems. There. But don't let their thick skin fool you. They're pretty easy to take down. It looks a little friendly, kind of like a Disney show. All right, let's go. Yeah, Mind Stab. I do too. You know, my Black Burn list, I went all crazy with the Jagged Barons, and then I went up to this spell, and Black Mage's Rod came all the way back to the original with Rakdos Carnariums, and it's screaming. So much better the old way. Sometimes power creep doesn't affect a certain list, and I think that's the case in that one. I almost played that today, but I just played that black list last week. Well, I'm sure glad I got Ponder and Preordain, because that would be a pretty easy pull with a 1-land draw there. Man, we're getting hit with duress. Talk about old school. I'm going to dig a little deeper with Ponder since we're looking for land here, and then we can adjust as we go along. We'll do this, this, and this. Say no to that. I almost always say no to that. Sure, I'll play this. They want to waste an edict and a turn on that. That's fine. Let's go. All right. Yeah, we're not going to be winning any tournaments with the style list, but you know, as the cards keep coming, Wizards of the Coast is making for sure of that. Decks like these, before you know it, this might be the next combo thing in like 2 or 3 years. They'll be like, oh man, now there's this thing that does the thing. Preordain. A little too early for Thoughtcast. Well, maybe not with that. 1, 2, 3. I'll put it on top. I'll say top. We'll play this out. We'll cast this for 1. Go have some fun. Woo. Ornithopter Beats, Part 2. Woo! Smack. So yeah, during training in pickleball, my friend / coach Tom had an old paddle, and I'm a big time control player, and not in Magic, but in pickleball for sure. Hold the phone. Here we go. Well, let's see. It doesn't really matter. And my paddle broke. I had these 2 that I was experimenting with, and they both broke within a week, which is a first for me. I must have been hitting the hell out of it. They were the cheap counterfeit type anyway. So anyway, he let me try out this Vatic paddle that he had, and it was going exactly where I was looking almost every time. And so I ordered one, and it just came. And so I feel like I have a new car in the driveway. If you play pickleball, you know what I mean. Cancel that. Boop. Let's go. Should we go Golem? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll try. We'll bring out this guy. We haven't seen the witches yet. How much does this guy cost now? 2? Sure. Let's bring him out, and we'll just attack with the Ornithopter, in case they got a handful of edicts. They did just sign in blood, so let's see. Gonna suck if we get hit with another chittering rat here, because we know Thoughtcast is our next draw, and we can promote it. Oh, interesting. Could you email that to me, Nimchinsky? I'd appreciate it. I wish I knew. I probably would have played that one and done a little bit better. But this is my take on just a mono blue variety build of it. So at this stage of mono black, we kind of get a time walk effect when they kill one of our creatures early on like this. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Here we go. Oh, I saw a great horror movie called Weapons. Really, really strong. Really liked it. Really original. It's just good. What more do you want, right? We'll do this here. Feigning that we can do the thing. Well, we don't really need to do that thing, do we? Let's do this thing. Hopefully they have 5 edicts in their hand. When they kill one of the creatures. But yeah, check it out. There's a movie called Weapons. And I was very... Oh, wow, this is old school. They're rocking this figure. Nice. Most people go with the file these days, but hey. Yeah, nothing like it. It was pretty cool. Josh Brolin, he's just such a perfect movie star. He's just not in any bad movies. So I was like, it said horror, and then I saw Josh Brolin's name, and I'm like, okay, this is at least worth a 20-minute, just like when you read a book and you get to like a chapter or two and give it a try and see if it bites you. Oh, sure. The chap from Canada. That be true. 1, 2, 3. I'm tired of these rats doing this to me. Should I kill both of them? I think so. I'll attack with the whale. Always, yes. Always yield. There's no proof we're going to do the thing. We'll turn this on. I'll attack with both. That way I can take out 2 creatures, because we're getting close to Gary math here, and I haven't seen any evidence of an Unearth style list. Let's go. Cool. We'll do a little 2-for-1 action here. Yep. Pow. Get out of here. This is Golem Beats with backup. They see me rolling. Okay. All right. Any draw spell into our combo would be pretty cool, unless they've got snuff out, but we have seen no signs of that. There's another really good Predator animation one that came out. It's a little 3-part series on it. 2 rats down. We've already seen Duress. What do you guys vote? Do we play this, or do we just attack with the Golem a bunch of times? I'm going to do that regardless. But I think I'm going to keep this in my hand. I don't know. I think it's worth the chittering. I don't want to get chittered. They might have some way of bringing that back. I'm going to play it. We'll just turn off chitter, so it's a bad 3-drop, and then any duress effects are just going to sit empty. We'll just go into madness mode. I mean, hellbent mode. All right. Here they come. Disfigure, cast down. Got the trifecta. This is a bummer. Be crazy for me to get rid of the golem. That's a safe question, asking it that way, right? So now I gotta pull Helix and like a Well, I guess it'll prevent him from attacking with both. Buy us more time. All right, I'll get rid of the obvious here. 5 mana, 2 from the flashback. Ooh, a lot of respect. All right. Chamillionaire fan. I don't even know what that means. All right. We're holding back. Yielding. Both golems will probably be dead within a turn or two. We need like our Impulse or Thoughtcast or something like that. Well, at this stage, Chittering Rats is a pretty bad draw. I don't even know if I'd put that on top if I were them. But they do. There's Gary. That'll speed up the clock. Country for Old Mean. Y'all new to the show, we did do this mask. It was pretty fortuitous. We did it right before COVID hit. I had a 3-part show and I designed that mask, and it sits above my son's bed right now, staring at him while he sleeps. Something good. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Whoop. Something good here. Let's go. Subjugation. Nothing. That's nothing, but that's at least a creature. Yeah. I'm going to say bottom. We'll say top, and I'll just play it. They do have Edict Math next turn, and this way if we top deck the combo, we can at least attempt to win. 2 cards in our opponent's hands. 1 removal in the graveyard, and it's now active. They're going to flash back the Edict. Nope. They're going to play a bad mana spell. Okay. 1 mana. Come on. Any draw spell or retraction. It's scenarios like this is why I played 6 Retraction Helixes, or Brandishing Knack combo, you know, with making it like 3 and 3. I think I had 4-2. Just because. Ah, crap. Well, at least we got a good blocker. Let's go. Yeah, we'll attack. We're not doing much else. Blop. I'll probably lose the Battered Golem if he edicts me here. Whale's a hell of a lot more robust.
Except for the combination of a Disfigure Rager block, but at least we're killing one of their critters, right? We're dead. Bonk, bonk. All right, we'll let them do the thing. Perfectly dead. That's why they played the rat. Whack. All right. Probably one of the worst matchups we can run into against any sort of like combo list, just old school mono black control. But hey, I predicted 2-3. We're well on our way. Woo! Canonato al éxito. Woo! With the King Monkey. What the heck's this thing? Silverback Elder Prestige. Nice. Non-combo mono black deck to run a Dark Ritual. Is it crazy for a non-combo mono black? I don't think so. Heck, white weenie style ones are, that's where it's all at. Let's see. We've got too much of the combo. I think we got to ship this. If one of these was a Preordain I'd keep. We're going to mulligan this. All right, we'll keep this. What's nice about playing combo, outside of a duress, we can get rid of part of our combo because we've got 2 parts. Say done. And we're on the draw. Bluefinity. I couldn't think of a better moniker, so something about golems turning blue. I don't know. Sapphire golems. Bit too long-winded in the tooth. What do we got? What monkey business? Condenado el éxito playing. First turn ponder. I like that. I sure like this artwork. That's my kind of evening. Lightning storm. Energy weather. Woo! Let's go. Ponder this. I play out the pedal and watch them. Oh my goodness, we got all kinds of stuff. You know what? I kind of like this. I gotta say top, top, top. Top, top, top. Nope. We'll just do a whole bunch of drawing. Because of that, I think I'm going to hold on to that pedal, play it like we need it, so that if they spell pierce it, I can like ponder Preordain combo. Here we go. Looks like they're up to the same shenanigans, at least so far. Played way too much this last 2 weeks. I think I played 13 out of 14 days, and I lurched for this one ball and very, very tiny little injury in my lower back. It's just sore is all. So I'm going to act like we're mana hurt and play this into a... oh, I guess they don't have spell pierce. All right. So we'll do this thing. Go like this. We got the whale. We got the golem. But we don't really need much more of this, do we? We've already got the golem out. Let's do this, this, and this. Say no. Now I'll do this. I think I'm going to go bottom, bottom. Already got part of the combo here, so we're looking for the rest. All right, fine, we'll do that. We're under no duress as far as pain to life totals go. I'm really curious what that error at the top of the show was. Of course, it did ask me the other day, it's like, do you want to update? And I'm like, not really. Well, let's represent some damage. They either got a counter or they don't. We're safe from a force spike thanks to the Lotus Petal. Consider running campfires if you got them. I'm always a little cognizant of like when I'm playing a rogue list. I don't want to make it too expensive even though I have access to all the Lotus Petals. I know it's kind of a luxury. All right, cool. Got the whale right behind it. It's going to cost a bit more, but be a little more robust. This should be unblockable, right? You're playing islands. If the creature says whale, shouldn't it have island walk? Shouldn't all creatures that have swimming art, all merfolk, have island walk? All right, time for more of these. Sure, I'll do this. Let's go. Now they know what our plan is. Wow. All right. What's the most oddball monocolored deck you've built for Pauper? White Infect. Ooh, that's got to be up there. Yeah, monocolored deck. I didn't like monocolored decks, so there's a lot to choose from. But yeah, not to sound lazy, but you probably nailed it. That was Pauper again is like one of our very first shows. It was, I think it was in the first 3 or 4 show batch. I wish Rosman was here to confirm, but I was on a hot streak design-wise, and I just, anything I looked at, I could just 4-0, or I think it was 4-0 back then. It wasn't 5-0. And I was just on a big hot streak. And so somebody in the chat said something to that effect, like, you know, what's next? Mono White Infect? And I was like, challenge taken. And so I went and got got won a little 4-rounder with White Infect, and then it was all over Reddit or something at the time. And not the hardest thing to do, but everybody else thought it was impossible. Pondering, here we go. Back when I used to play like 2 leagues a day, I was a beast. All right, we've got that, but we don't have the other thing. So we'll go this to this. Say no on that. Do we have we played land yet? All right, let's do this thing here. 1, 2, 3. He got counterspell number 3. His first 12 cards. Does he have all 3 of them? We'll see. Yes, he does. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. All right, well, we got an impulse for a reason. And then there was a point where there was you could win a, they had little 3-round leagues back around 2010, I think it was. But yeah, it's been at the 5-0 for a long time now, so that makes a lot more sense. Retraction Helix. Whoa, has it got a breath weapon? Unexpected Fangs main? Is that what we're seeing here? Oh, nope. Well, we can return that if we're in a pinch, but we don't have long to live here. Let's do this while we can. Well, there's the thing we need. But we need a creature. We're going to get hit twice immediately. I don't think we do that. I think we go Relic here. Any order's fine. We'll play this out. Ornithopter be interesting, right? We could at least do something, right? Well, we could do that. We could always return one of these if we get in a real big pinch. We'll take the damage and just hope that they're out of removal here. Our whale is out. We can zap, draw, and prevent 10 next turn. It's frustrating when you find part of the puzzle and then you do the thing. Oh, pieces of the puzzle might be a good thing. Can you bring that up in chat? I can't quite remember all what that card lets you find. I'd appreciate it. I know that's a very combo-esque pieces of the puzzle. It's well named. Thank you. Man, you are fascinating, Chimsky. 5 cards. Put up to 2 instant and or sorcery. Okay, that's why. Because if I find Tooth, never mind then. That's why I didn't include it. Because sometimes I'm looking for Tooth of Chiss-Goria and then it's like, well, it's not going to let me find it. But damn good card. Can you imagine if that was an instant? Holy cow. All right. There's a whole lot of damage. Taking 10 next turn. Oh. Well, really dependent on what we do here. Let's do this. Come on, draw me. I needed that to be a Gingerbrute. Okay. We did the thing. We found the thing. Problem is, just to stay alive, we've got to do this thing, right? It's going to come at us with 10. We got to block 1. I guess we could still pull Gingerbrute. Let's do this while we have a counter magic available or unavailable. Yeah, we'll just have to block one of these and hope we top deck Gingerbrute. I think that's the only way out of this puzzle. You see how fragile it is. It's fun though, and running hot. So I figured I'd throw this into the fire and probably go running back with a big loss for the day. But I don't care. Let's call this. What is it when it's black, blue, green? I forgot what that's called. That's a good call. Sultai, that's right. I always forget that one. Ooh, man, my finger hurt that time. I went to the doctor on Tuesday, or no, it was Monday, and she gave me a variety of, I don't know, 6 or 7 hand exercises to get my full mobility back. And it's really close again, but I do have to fight through some pain there. Finger's still definitely swollen. Oh, yeah, bug. That's what I used to call it, too. That's right. All right. Bye-bye to you, sir. Must be a Gingerbrute. It could be another impulse into a Gingerbrute. All right. Up there goes the last counter spell. All right. It's going to be funny if we pull it off. Come on, let's do it. Yeah, pretty much my step throw. That's it. All right. Well, we lose. No surprises there. Where were you? Where's the next one? Would Relic have drawn into that? Nah. It's a fool's errand. All right. A lot of dispels going on. I'll do that. I like these. I don't know where these guys were. Let's do the superstitious shuffle here. Throw a few of these around. Keep moving things. Okay. Let's, I'll do this again. Probably run with these. I'm not going to regret seeing those. 1, 2. And one more ponder. Let's go. Come on, Gingerbrute. Let's go. Yeah, we won't play first. Come on, list. Mulligan that. Pretty great. All right. Yeah, we got stuff to do. Let's go. Did we see removal, or was it just counter spells? I think it was just counter spells. We'll keep this. Double relic is damn good. I don't want to get rid of anything, but I'll lose a relic. I don't want to tempt the fates of the gods with anything else. I'm going to cast this since we've seen so much removal. I'm just going to get the beats on early, put them under attack here. Attack relic next turn. Just in case you're playing a Knolls, probably. Just going first has its advantages. Get that Crypt out and at least turn off their yard. Stuff to do the things. Woo! All right, we did the thing. Let's attack in case they got some sort of weird Vapor Snag technology. Let's go. That'd be like the worst move. Now I'm wishing I kept that second relic in case this gets countered. Quite a bit of draw on this list, as there should be. Searching and such. Cryogen Relic with the frost on the wrong side. Let's see if we get a... that's pretty good. Let's go. I have no idea. Did I say a Carlin quote? Or was that from earlier in the chat? I considered playing the improvise artifact draw 3 spell. I think it's 2 and 3, but your artifacts can pay for it. I forget what that's called. A lot of ways you can go. Let's draw first. Maybe we'll find another artifact land or something, huh? Well, I've already got that and that. Let's go bottom. I'll say top on this. Since we've got an opening for mana here, let's go reverse engineer. That's the one. Well, there's both of what we need. And we've got the Helix. So let's say top, top. There we go. And we'll attack. Cryogen Relic. So if any of you are into red light therapy, I know 2 people that have actually helped their eyesight back with just, you close your eyes and put it on for a couple minutes a day, do some eye exercises and stuff. And people are like, I know 2 people that have tried that for over about 6 weeks, and they actually get their vision doesn't get perfect, but it's to where they don't need glasses anymore. And so I've been doing that. I'll let you know. Do we walk into a counter spell? Let's go. Red light district therapy. That'd be a good little spoof commercial. Do have the VO done for temporal landscapes, or what is it? Tranquil landscapes. And thank you for those that helped. I kind of went with the original script though. So one observation that I did miss, but what you gonna do? All right, we do have a dispel, so stay off of my F6 key here. Yeah, I've never liked that card of Art Haler. That's yeah, I'm gonna let this go. I know they got the little 1-2 punch with Brainstorm, but
We've only got 2 Dispel access, or 2 counters in our entire deck, and we're holding one of them, so I don't mind a little efficiency from our opponent. I always liked Carlin's thing when he said, I call it the American dream because you got to be asleep to believe it. I thought that was always well put. Especially the way houses are now. It's like you need to be like a multi-millionaire to afford a home. All right, let's attack first. Don't think we're winning this one, guys. We do have most of our combo pieces here. We're just going to walk into a counter wall if I'm not careful. So, yeah, let me impulse now. I've got Dispel backup. Could hit a land even. Spell Pierce. All right, well. Dispel. Got a real counter? Nope. All right. You know what? I think I'm just going to grab the seat here. Could go Preordain. Yeah, we'll go seat. Any order. Such a flexible card, Impulse. Just love it. It's about time to do the dance. Let's go. Shut that off. Oh, I get it right back. Ooh, brainstorms there. That makes me a little nervous. I'm glad this person didn't quit just because our deck's pretty janky. Like I said, we win even 2. I'm going to be pretty happy here. So, all right, well, I kind of like this. I could play this. If they have a counter, they'll probably use it here. And we might be able to slip out the Golem. Famous last words. Let's put them out there anyway. Act like we've got the spell. All right, that's 4 targets. We'll do the thing again. Get rid of your yard. Keep them honest. Attack. I can always cast the Helix on the Gingerbrute and return their Gurmag Angler or something, right? For a poor fix of drawing too many of these things. Boy, thinking of tripping one of these EOT here pretty quickly just to get something going here. So Perilous Research might be a better fit in this list with the relics instead of what do you call Thoughtcast, or in addition to, maybe instead of some of the ponders. Snuff out. All right, he's dead. Let me do this now. I just want to, we don't have a target, but, oh, can't I just do it? Yeah, that's right. We'll see what we can draw. He's dead, Jim. Yeah, research would be great with Cryogen. Draw 3. Any news on the new Avatar set? I haven't looked in a while. It seemed, did they spoil everything? Does somebody know? Because it was like a month ago. All of a sudden, it just seemed like all the cards were already out. I'm like, man, that's early. It's still not due out till like November, I think. All right. What about that? All right. Maybe we'll trip the other one if they don't play a creature here. Creature. Got all kinds of draw going on and searching and stuff, but this pinpoint removal really slows this list down. So we're hurting. We'll do the thing. Bloop. Sure, done. No targets. We will freeze the air itself. Desperately seeking something. Hey, Dispel's pretty good. Sure like this artwork. That's what Dispel would look like. Oh no, the last, gosh, I looked at a page and it was like 3 pages long of, it seemed like every card. And man, where is Iroh? There's like one card that references him in the art and the quote, and it's a Pauper card, and it doesn't look too bad actually, but
God, I mean, that's like making a Star Wars expansion and not having a Darth Vader card. It's just ridiculous. Now we're getting flooded with only 17 lands. I think I'm just kind of a masochist when it comes to Pauper Online. Like if I win too much, I'll just handicap myself with a kind of a bad idea list. That is my way. Yeah, exactly. Samurai Jack. Any Invader Zim fans out there? I didn't watch it too much, but I know the composer really well. Kevin Manthe. Oh, this isn't good. Now we really need a Gingerbrute. About to hang this up, guys. This is ridiculous. We'll play it just because we've already seen Spell Pierce, and maybe we'll need it. A bug list. Green's probably there for like Pulsa Marasa and such. Well, it says 99 cards. Good. Okay, thank you for that confirmation, M. Chimsky. For some reason, I'm remembering there was just a couple pages, and I was like, man, that's a lot of cards here. So, all right, hopefully we get by unmolested with this Thoughtcast. We do have enough cards in our hand to warrant. Maybe we're trying to counterbait them, but never liked this artwork. Just goofy. And what the hell is that, right? Another Tormod's Crypt. Doesn't really matter now. I'm almost happy they're countering this. I'm just going to let that go. They can pay for anything they need here. Wish I had a Merfolk Looter. All right. Well, we definitely have one part of our combo shored up, don't we? And I'm showing some restraint and not dispelling anything that moves. We're down 3 minutes. We have won one game in the first round, but not the match. All right, this is getting worse and worse. Give this about another draw or two, and if I see a land, I'm just going to scoop, even though we're at 19. This just doesn't feel winnable. We need like a green list for this thing to work, you know, or like a white list that only has Thraben Charms in their sideboard. Remember the Thraben Charm Cologne commercial we cut a couple of months ago? Still like that one. So soothing. Thraben Charm. That one really, I think, could fake somebody out. That looks like a real, even the name, Thraben Charm, you know, it's like, you know, you want a cologne, charm the ladies, that sort of thing. Well, there's part of it. I doubt it's going to work, though. Let's do this just so we've got some semblance of defense. There's part of our puzzle. Just going to get snuffed out, cast down. Sure, we're going to say yes to him. Who can say no to that face, right? Let's do the thing. Woo! Definitely wearing the right card today. I didn't realize I was so color-coded with the card frame I was sitting inside of. I just happened to wear like the same shade of blue as part of the elements. Friend's band is there's an 80s DJ band. They're playing right down the street, and so we plan to go to that this evening and stuff. So, well, I'll try to keep it alive. We're playing these for a reason. At least Spell Pierce is totally dead here. Hey, it lived. All right, cool. They don't have 19 counterspells like game one. So that'll be fun tonight. My buddy and I, my pickleball pal Mike, he lives right down the way, and we like to play two-handed ping pong because he's a bit ambidextrous. No, nothing like me. I'm kind of a freak show, but he can at least make it look like he's capable. So we've invented this like two-hand game with it. It's pretty fun. I wish I could keep untapping that golem. I mean, I can this turn. If I play a land, I can bounce 2 creatures back, and then what, right? Run into a bird. For the giant essays I spit out when I reply to your videos. Yeah, you're pretty long-winded, my stab, but it's charming. I don't mind it at all, my friend. If everybody was the same, it would be a pretty boring world, right?
My mom was always fond of saying something to that effect. All right, we have been beaten badly. I was going to take a break just to reset, but I'm in a good mood, so I don't mind getting beat over the head with better decks. Let's go. If anybody wants to change anything about the list, let me know, and we'll give it a rumble. I'm not married to anything. I've got these 2 beautiful pens, and they're almost out of ink. I can't stand blue ink. It always has to be black, and it has to be very velvety and silky. Must have been maybe I'm related to one of the founding fathers with those little quail pins or something like that. Just love the smoothness of it. I'm a texture-based individual. Can't stand the feel of some things. All right. We'll check out the whale as we wait for our first victory. Psionic Blast, yeah. Isn't that a rare? I think it's back in the days when the rares looked like commons. That was such a dirty trick, especially to a new generation of players. Sporting my dangerous Phyrexian jewelry. Woo! Yeah, I got, like I said last week, a little bit of cold feet with that company, and they just vanished. So I think my scam radar was correct. The place they're representing is fine. The company, I was like, just didn't feel on good conscience of sending that out. Yeah, I want to play first. Nattytron. What's that mean? All right, we'll keep this. Ponder and Preordain. Let you cheat. I'll just say it. We'll go Preordain this one up. Bloop. Alrighty. Well, we've already got the Helix. Bottom. And we don't need you. We need land. Let's go. Thank you, sir. Let's rock it up. Double Helix. Tooth. We just need a creature. Uh-oh, these are the 2 colors you don't want to see when you're trying to combo off. We'll do this first, just in case we see a artifact land. This is pretty good. We'll do that. Say no to the ability. Play this. Do this. And we'll do the Relic Dance next and hope for the best. Natural Tron. I like your logic there, Dreamer Stingo. It's pretty good. I still haven't decorated for Halloween. Sometimes I do it as early as like July 5th, right after the 4th of July, and that really upsets my wife. So we just had our 26th anniversary. That was fun. Actually, it wasn't. She's been so busy with work. We had a pretty boring day. It was just... we had a lunch together, and that was about it. All right, let's just play this and attack. Maybe they'll use good removal on an Ornithopter. All right. Cool. And tomorrow we've got another chess meetup. It's a pretty busy September, as Septembers go. Keep running into these real decks. What's going on? Here we go with this. Can we pull this off? Sure. It's better than doing nothing. Let's go. All right. Helix, I get it. You're a card. I'm going to have to save that relic for something good. I don't want to trip it on a Clark Kent Shaman here. We haven't gone 05 in a long time. Maybe we're due. We did go on a pretty hot run about a month back. It was like 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 4-1, 5-0. That green land deck is pretty fun. I haven't played that enough. I keep tinkering with black decks. As is my way. Writhing Chrysalis. Yikes. Okay. Don't want to be bouncing any of that stuff, do we? Well, I'll put this out here. Bloop. See if he wants to sack everything to do that. This has a lot of abilities. Let me make sure if I read the Iliad here, if it has haste or not. Let's attack. For 2. Pow. Don't want to be returning a Writhing Chrysalis. Maybe in a pinch. Like, will we taken 5? At least. Is there a pirate joining the adventure?
Okay. Always nice when that works out. Wings of Hubris. Cliffhaven Kite Sail. These are all good options. Doesn't take too much work to make that go down. All right. We'll do the thing with the relic. Targeting that guy. Yeehaw. Another island. Thanks a lot. Can we just play this? There we go. And the relic's out again. You know what? Let's ponder first. We don't really need any of this. I could argue we do need this. Let's go here, here, here. No. Now we'll impulse. Cut off a little bit more. Boy, that's lame, huh? I guess we'll take that. Any order. Play an island. Let's bring out another relic. I'll keep the Preordain for later. All right, here comes Brute. Don't think they're too afraid of this. At least we have the threat of another Cryogen lockdown and Writhing Chrysalis buying us a lot of time. Yeah, Delphi Guru, that's just so the case, isn't it? With the double printing of cards and stuff. Saw some video on it. Just seems so messy. And then how's that going to work with Pauper? Can you play like 8 of the same card, right? It's like technically has a different name in paper or something. Well, I guess that won't work because one of them's just digital, one of them's just online, but just weird. When you catch yourself saying, yeah, it's the first ever time to blank, it's like, that's probably a bad idea. Okay. Let's Preordain first. I like this. Top. We've already toxined. We'll Thoughtcast here. We'll Relic here. I'd really like to find, there it is. Now I don't have to worry so much. I'll do Whale. All of a sudden we got ourselves a board. Hey, I'm not going to attack. Did I play land? Oh, I should have attacked. Here we are. Combos online, baby. Already seen a cast down. Pretty far into the list. You could probably expect they have another one. But the good thing is we got 3 Retraction Helixes and 2 Whales. So looks like they're digging for removal. So maybe they don't have it naturally and they're only going to have one option. That way we can maybe do the thing. Maybe we can win. Ornithopter might get there. That's not good. Am I going to lose it anyway? So I'm going to block here. Let that go. Saving a life. Yeah, they could just nuke the plan here. We could respond with a Retraction Helix to the Clark Can's activation if that goes down. That'd be pretty cool. More likely to just target the munitions though, right? Let's go like this. Wow, we've got whales for days here. Let's do the thing. It's a razor's edge, folks. Now I could try to go off main, and then if they wipe the board or do the thing, we can maybe play a Gingerbrute, huh? That'd be pretty cool. So there's one. Strange choice. Okay. Let's try this out. I'll bring this down. I got 3 cards, 3 mana. I'm going for 1, 2, 3. 4 it is. 4. All right. Do I make them stack even more? 1, 2, 3. They can't do that to the whale then. That would be funny to pull that off, right? Let's make them lose a lot of stuff. Which one was I targeting? That one? All right, we'll target this one then. Aha. Good news is we're going to be able to reset pretty quickly here with combo still in hand. Just want them to use that last little munitions, right? So I'll go here. We're still in our main phase here. I can always target the relic too. That'll be fun. Okay, what's he targeting? That one? All right. Return a non-land permanent? I guess we could return the whale, right? Yeah, let's do that. We'll bring back the whale. I'm going to have a pretty good board position here. Have fun wiping your entire board out. I'm going to reset pretty quickly here. All right. Oh, it does cost to cancel that. Let's make it cost less. I'll do that. I'll do this. I'll do this. And we'll save that for later. All right. Kind of went all in there. A little bit of flexibility with the Retraction Helix. Always keep your mind open. Doesn't have to do the combo thing. Slow down the game. Always an important lesson. Gingerbrute just not getting there today. What we got? This is just Jund, right? Yep. Boom. Here we go. Well, outside of a snuff out, I think we've got it. I'll just use the whale's ability here. I think we might be able to get there. Let's go. We'll play that Gingerbrute just for a distraction. Always yield. We'll play this out. Doubling down. Retraction Helix here. Boop. Does it work? All right. Well, let's do this. Returning this. Casting this. Doing the thing. They must have removal because they're not yielding here. All right, cool. Hey, we win. One more to go to meet my prediction. Let's go. That was a pretty serious deck, too. Kind of went all in on the Clark Kane plan. That's the one I forgot, Dreamer Stingo. Mirian Spy. Can we bring that up? I would appreciate that. Go infinite with combat. It's like, that's right. I forget what that does, but I do remember that being like a little combo-esque here. Flying, whenever I cast an artifact, you may untap target creature. Yeah. How does it make it go infinite? You may untap target creature. We're not able to return the tooth. That's kind of why it works, unless I'm missing something. All right, round 4. 1 and 2. Old school. Royal Assassin, baby. All right, we'll keep this because of the Preordain. Blue always gets to cheat. I must be missing something. Here we go. More removal decks. Bad news for us, but we will fight through and stay true. All right, that is enough of the combo. Good grief. Actually, we only have the critters so far. All right, let's, you know what, we'll throw this on the bottom. Let's go top. And our land has been achieved. I wish they'd almost, that would be pretty boring development-wise as far as deck building goes. I was about to say every color should have a Preordain effect that pretty much does the exact same thing. And I was like, wait a minute, hold the phone. And everybody be building 56 card decks. All right, well, at least we get a draw here. Let's go, Relic. Woo! Now if they attack, we'll do nothing. I think I'm going to play Battered Golem, and then if they attack, I'll just block with it. Battered Golem. Oh, man. Play the Da Vinci Wellspring. I love those little Da Vinci sketch plans. They're cool. 2 artifacts here. About to be our 3rd, but we're probably going to sacrifice them. Rakdos. Probably the worst color combination we can ever face. A lot of removal. Steelfin Whale is pretty robust, though. Can get by a lot of stuff here. I just want to guarantee I'm going to get this dude out. Let's go, in case he lives. Technically, we could win next turn. If they don't mess with our Golem and we don't block. Yes, Helix on Spy. Cast Tooth. You untap Spy. How do you untap the Spy? Marion Spy. Hold on a minute here. Where was that? I thought the Spy only did the creature. Can we bring up Spy again? I don't know where it went. Oh, Helix on Spy. Ah, I got you. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's a good call. All right, we'll yield to this. Sure. We'll always use the ability. That Golem's either going to block or get killed by something. I would gamble red. Cast down. I gambled wrong. 5 cards left. I'm going to be in the low teens here real quick. 2 artifacts coming up. Let's go. All right, let's ponder. Finding a land. Sure. Oh, I messed that up, didn't I? Dang it. Can I undo that? Shoot. That's a bummer. Well, then I'm going to say yes to this. Hey, got lucky. Cool. How much do you cost, sir? 3. Does feel a lot more robust, though. I'm going to take a chance and play it. Let's go. Already seen it cast down, so maybe they're holding on to the bolts for my face. They want to use 2 on the whale. Cool. We'll just replay it next turn. If we get that lucky. We are still looking for our tooth, though. Job select. We've played these little hero tokens before. Oh, there's another one. A wall of removal. The whale's got no chance. There's nets everywhere. relic or not to relic? How much does this cost? All right, well, that answers that. We'll cast the relic. Cast a Thoughtcast. Doing the thing. Pay 1 for this. Gotta be out of removal by now, right? Come on. Sure, we'll bring out another one. No attackies. Another Mage's Rod shows up. We don't have long for this world. Even if we find the combo, we can't really, they can just block. Another Mage's Rod. Jesus. Whew. They won't even need to attack. Holy cow. We're dead. Look at that. Nice win. This is Rakdos. Pretty sure we're headed for double L territory here with this color combination against our list. Because now they're going to have access to artifact hate on top of everything else. And who knows how much extra removal they have. I'm glad we won one game. We might win the next one, but I don't think we're winning this matchup. Say okay to our death. Begin sideboarding. What do we see? Echoing Truth might be fun for just the little hero tokens. Can anyone answer me this? They had the red hero token and the black one. If they say the same thing and I just return the tokens go away, right? I think that works. Let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'll feel like a fool. We'll get rid of 2 of these. I need some forms of Hydroblast. I think just 3, though. Don't want to go too crazy on those. 1 and 1. I think we'll give this a go. Some serious damage. Get tongued. Get flame tongue hot sauce. Deal 4 damage to any meal. Still the most quotable of maybe all of our commercials. Yes. Okay, well, we can do some stuff. We'll keep this. It's an honest hand. Oh, so those tokens, both the red and the black Mage's Rod one, said hero token. So I'm hopefully echoing Truth. I don't want to just return the thing. I'd rather do the token so that they turns off the creature ability there. That's the dream when you're playing Black Mage's Rod, that your opponent's like on a not able to really interact with your creatures, because then everything's accentuated, as we just saw. Yeah, I thought so. So we kept the 1. We'll see if we get it. Be happy to win one of the 3 games here. We'll go Preordain. Always my favorite. Bottom top. I'll get this relic online. Be able to freeze something in its tracks. Literally. Oh man, I already draw too much of the combo so often in Chimsky. I think the very first version had 7, then I went to 6, then I went to 4. So I'd rather just be able to find parts of the combo more consistently than just to sit and camp on a combo that forces me to like 1 for 1 myself. We'll do the dance. Consider playing like Dreamstalker in here, you know. I'll play this out. I want to zap it. I'm fine with that. Save 3 damage, cast a healing salve. Yeah, the Archaeologist isn't a bad idea. Can that find Tooth as well?
the problem. I want those. That's why I went with Preordain, Ponder, and Impulse, and just sheer draw for ability to just find the damn combo. Job select. It's the Kiln Fiend wannabes, little brother. Good call. All right. So we've got some options here. I'm just going to gamble. We'll just play this out. Let's go. Yes, sure. Why not? Gotcha. Thank you, Minds After all. I thought that's how it went, but good to have a confirmation. Always yes, always yield. Got a cast downer, don't ya? They do, it looks like. Yep. Boop. No secret what we're up against. I guess I'll just blow up that. That'll kill this creature, right? Oh no, it's still a little 1/1 dork, but I can at least block it. There's part of that. No sense in showing it yet. Let's ponder. Cool, cool, cool. Nope. Now we can do this. Do this. Do I do the whale thing now? Or do I just freeze that up, huh? Let's cast this on here. Get out of here. I'll just come over for 2. It's considering preordaining there and dropping the whale 2, 4, 5. Yeah, we could have done that. You know, I'm going to preordain now, even though I know it's coming. All right, we don't really need this bottom and then top. It's going to really suck if they deal with our tooth, but now we're just after our last part of the combo piece. I see a new card, says Yargle. Yeah, we're playing pretty janky stuff today. Been on a bit of a hot streak, so figured I'd throw something pretty janky out there and be happy to go 2-3 or better. Right now we're looking for, we've won 1 game, but we're at this rate we're going to have to win the last round to have my 2-3 come true. It's neat to put this little Brandishing Knack combo out there. I think that's technically what it's known for online, but some cards some people don't know maybe. We don't care about Campfire at all. They can gain 2 life, that's fine. We can just do infinite damage when we get the chance. Darby a whale. Woo! I'm going to double cast Whale, and then I'm going to trip Relic no matter what next. It's not worth going in for 1 here, except for the Ornithopter. Let's go. And we'll trip the Relic. Hopefully we find our combo and we can do the thing. Hey, Stabby. That's like become the new moniker now. I love it. It's a couple months of Stabby. What is this new devilry? Cornered by Black Mages. I love this card. Target opponent sacrifice a creature of their choice. You put a 0/1 into play, and it turns into like a Black Mage's Rod. It's pretty sweet. Sacrifice a creature. Okay, I'll sacrifice Gingerbrute. That cool with you? And we'll hope to find something of relevance and special magnificence. Target tapped creature. Done. Yeah, I don't want to choose my own. Give me the thing, Julie. 1 more. Creature. Come on. Brandishing Knack. No. Damn it. There's nothing to do except lose. Well, I guess we could just attack, right? Let's attack. We're going to get him right back when I cast the... I should have activated that. I was thinking I could untap with that, but I could untap with this as well too. So that's a little bit of a mini punt there.
We're doing some pretty serious damage here. Yeah, I'll probably block one of them, but not both. Let's go. Doing the thing. Woo! Crunch. Pow. And I guess we'll just play this, untapping our whales. We'll keep them back. Maybe we won't draw an artifact and Gingerbrute will untap and give us our army back. That's kind of a nail biter here. These little fat guys, it'd be hard to take them seriously. See something like that. Looks like a combination of a Jawa and what am I thinking from He-Man? What was that guy's name? I was never into He-Man growing up. There was a creature that looked a little bit like that. That was like a wizard. That and what was it? Thundercats. That was just all this weird little. I don't know if homoerotic would be an accurate description, but it did seem to be that way. For our cartoons, anyway. All these buff avatars running about. Okay. Well, I regret not casting that now. Preordaining. See, bottom. Come on, let's find the thing. We found it. We will attack with two things. Don't even have to worry about snuff out here, so we're good. Yield to this. This on here. Play it out. Do the thing. Technically, yeah, it'd be a neat thing that you could pump up everything and then bounce the last attacker too. There's that angle, so that's pretty cool. Turn this. Play this. Tap this. Thank you. Saved my wrist. Stop. Combo time. I got to get my baggy pants out. All right. How we look in this? Hydroblasts. Didn't seem like there was much red of anything, right? I think I can cut one of these. Maybe just for a dispel, a little bit more flexibility. Let's go. We won again. Holy cow, it worked. Thanks, Nimchimsky. I like that emoji. Go. You see the little shorts on our YouTube page. I had the birthday balloon with helium, and I did that little propaganda song there. It kind of sounds like that. I don't think we ever brewed with Holy Cow. I meant to as well. I think there was some Azorius air pile EOT sort of a sneak attack tempo-based thing, monstrosity, and then there was some cool deck that caught my attention like that Wednesday, and I scrapped the project, but it is pretty cool. We're keeping because of the 2 Ps. Keep. Hopefully they don't have any artifact removal. What's that one spell? Divest, is it? You look at the person's hand, you can technically grab a land if they have an artifact land. I think 1 black. It's pretty nasty when that happens. Let's rock. Uh-oh. I'll say bottom. We need to find some land. Cool, we found it. Bluefinity. It's a 2/2 flyer, right? Divest. That's the one. Thank you there. Oh, I guess I got it right. I hope that's not the fire alarm chirping. Cannot stand when people can live like that. Do like a Zoom call with somebody and it's like beep. It's like, how do you live like that? How do you not fix that immediately? They get like tone deaf and can't even hear it after a while. Kind of really liking this draw. Let's go this. Say nope. I already played the land, right? Yep. And there we go. Divine Bovine. Bovine of the Divine. We got a hummingbird feeder. It's a new addition to our property. Surprisingly, I called the little one Mr. T because there's this alpha male. It's found out courtesy of Google or AI. I forget which we used, but hummingbirds there's always like a territorial alpha that just chills out and does the thing. Get rid of part of our combo. Maybe not the best idea, but I'm tired of looking at it. Actually, that's pretty great artwork. Who gets tired of that, right? Wow. The relic. The relic is relevant. We'll do this. Cryogen. Making sure to tap the artifact seat instead of the island in case they do have land destruction. Yeah, that's right. Get him for the A team, right? It's just it's this huge. It's a pretty big feeder, and it's like you could have 20 birds eating, and there's no end of the supply. It's just such a jerk move, like shoving people out. And how much more do we got to wait for this? 2 more. Cancel that. All right. I don't know what I'm waiting around for. Let's go. Steel MTG rating party of 16. Nice to have you with us. This is Pauperganda, focusing on Pauper and a lot of rogue brews. Our little commercials and such. Raid! Good to have you with us. We're playing a little Steelfin Wave combo with Battered Golem, Retraction Helix to untap everything, do it all over. And once we find our Tooth of Chiss-Goria, it's kind of an infinite combo kill. Got that going for us at least. Our opponent Sheezy rocking the old school Royal Assassin. There's a Black Mage's Rod. Almost hoping for another one so we can do our little Echoing Truth trick to the hero tokens. It's not going to happen. Well, we can at least trick the relic to stop the Refurbished Familiar from attacking us again. Hopefully that'll work. Thank you for that Steel City MTG. All right. Well, here comes some more critters. We'll drop an Ornithopter of the free persuasion. How much is this going to cost us? Yeah, we could do that. Or do we just play the Golem and have 2 of them out there? That's 2 for 1. We'll bring out the Golem. This way the whale will only cost 1. I was considering tripping the relic, but until we get both whales out, we're going to have to do the thing. Here we are. Golem, my precious. Steel City Brad in the house. Thank you for chiming in, my friend. Let's go. Playing a pretty janky list. Not to be dishonest, as we're fond of saying here. The whole world is infected with to be honest talk. We add a few syllables to it to be different. Here we go. Cast down, incoming. Have I portent? Nope, I was wrong. Fanatical Offering. Our life total's still pretty healthy. We're feeling all right. Do not want to be returning a Refurbished Familiar, or as I'm fond of saying, the Flying Couch. Yeah. That sounded like something I would have said too. I didn't know if that was a Dreamer Stango quote or a Pauperganda quote. It was probably me. All right, I've got one more round after this. Doing decent, especially for this list. Pretty janky. All right, what are we getting rid of? Oh, all right. Bye-bye, Battered Golem. Exiled. Who could exile a face like that? That's a pretty sweet-looking Golem, if you ask me. Oh, no. Little do they know. We almost have the combo in hand. Huzzah! That is a flexible list. It's funny how cool Rakdos has become, right? I remember touching on this a while back, but Used to just be nobody could build Rakdos to save their life, and it would never 5-0, and now there's all kinds of variants that do the same thing. Well, we've got that for days. So let's bring out the whale while we have the discount. Oops, forgot we have to do that. And I think it's worth tripping the relic. Let's do it now. Stop this little air assault. See what we get. Island would be all right. I didn't want it, but be all right. Now, if we get a Tooth of Chiss-Goria, we could just win the game if they don't have removal. Very fragile combo. Not the most serious deck, but that's we like to tinker around here, see what's out there, new options and such. If you get a chance, check out our YouTube channel on YouTube. You jackass. Uh-oh, we got no sensibility there. Well, you know what? Yeah, we do. We'll play Helix on this, and then we'll just return it. We already have another one, so might as well save part of our combo, right? Huzzah! We just can't cast it this turn. But yeah, here at Propaganda, I cut movie trailers for a living, or at least I used to. And so check out our YouTube page for Propaganda, and our commercial playlist is pretty fun if you know many things about Magic cards. We do a lot of fake commercials like Thraben Charm, and instead of it being a card, we made it a fake cologne, and so it looks like a real cologne commercial with VO graphics, everything. And so if you don't know Pauper or the cards, you'll actually think it's a real cologne. So it's kind of a 1-2 punch of comedy lore and stuff. So instead of staring at an empty back of my chair when I use the restroom or take a break to go stretch while I'm streaming, we always roll the custom commercials here on this channel. So yep, Yargle. I technically have a job as a chess coach, but it's only once a week right now. Next season, if I'm still this destitute, it might go to 2 or 3 days a week, but there's no promises. Sometimes classes don't get filled up. I was supposed to have 2.5 classes this year, and they went bye-bye. So some of them don't fill up. Various insurance companies, yep. What do we have? We have Jace Gideon and Venzer Insurance. There's that one. Augur Financial, that's a financial company. The little fake commercial spoofs. Flame Tongue Hot Sauce, always been one of my favorites. Bottle Gnome Bourbon, that's one of my favorite cuts. I dig that one. All right, looks like we're in Deadsville here, courtesy of these little tokens. Smack, smack, smack. Here we go. Sengir Superstores, that's right. And Crunch. All right, off to our last round here, folks. Yeah. Let me see here. All right. Yeah, I'm doing good on coffee. We'll rock like this. Sitting here talking about the commercials. I'm not even going to play one right now. We're just going to rock into the last round, and hopefully we can get the one going. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Pauper. Kraken. No, it had the Kraken in the ad. I think it's just called Pauper's Insurance. And, double play on words, being able to save the Urza's Urban Outfitters. That's right. Don't think I've done that one. We had, Abundant Growth, like a sort of a lawn fertilizer and stuff. There's just so many of them. I go through the cards sometimes, and it's just like we've done a commercial on so many of them. There's over 50 now, getting closer to 60. So I don't believe we've done a Thoughtcast app. I know, looking at just this list right here, we've mentioned Hydroblast as a like kind of a dig on drunk driving, like with the law offices of Jace Gideon and Venzer. That was one of them. But yeah, this is a pretty light commercial list that we're running here. Simic University. Oh yeah, I got all kinds of them. Still keep trying to mess around with this dude. It's kind of like what's the card that got banned? All That Glitters, but in a human form. All attached. Quite prismatic in the artwork there, that's for sure. Alrighty, come on opponent, let's go. Playing a little Helix combo list as we rock around. Well, here, I'll play one while we're waiting. How's that? Boop, Journey to Nowhere.
Our Earth is a very small place. From tropical islands to the snow-covered plains, there really isn't much else to see. Aren't you ready for something new? Ixidor Industries has the answer. Have you been everywhere? Well then explore nowhere. Journey to the infinite. Journey to quantum realities. Journey to nowhere. Let all your words fade away. Journey to nowhere. Exile never felt this good.
All right, and we're back. Last round, folks. Here we go. That's a good example. Actually, one of my least favorites, but it's mostly because that one does use my VO. Boy, this is weird. I'll keep because of the relic. Let's go. Who knows what we're up against? It'd be nice to see a forest for once. We've seen all this removal, and we're trying to play this little flimsy combo. But when it works, it's beautiful. Thank you for the props there, Mindstab Throw. My mother actually did the voiceover for Simic University. She has, I think it's called Sibilance, where her S's come out a little too harsh, and so I had to EQ them like crazy. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but we'll just appear to be an aggro list in disguise. Another swamp. Great. Insta-death. All right. Here we go. We'll do this and this and this. Do you get to show any of your empty video during interviews? Such an impressive content library. Yeah. I've referenced them in my reel, that's for sure. But I tend to not lead on that they're fake commercials so that it looks like my breadth of work is a lot bigger because I did cut those. But oh, I never knew that, Mindstab Throw. That's nice to hear some love for Simic University. That was the last collab I ever had with the professor in the Tolarian Community College. I reached out, asked for permission, and that was cool. And then it's been kind of cold shoulder ever since. I don't know what happened. A long time ago. It's been like 6 years, I think. Okay. Well, do we just freeze it to draw, or do we wait around to this? This is going to run us that. I think that's worth it. Let's do this before we do anything else. I'll just draw. Oh, okay, maybe we can. We're just waiting around on a Tooth of Chiss-Goria here. Get that golem online. One of the weaknesses of this list, there's plenty, is that creatures, you can't do the combo with Summoning Sickness, which really blows. There's a troll. Cryogen Relic loves the troll. That is a big problem card once it's out and about, as it is in the movies. Yeah, I know the bourbon one just kept giving me gifts, and so I went a little long. And the other one, Fire and Ice, goes a little long too. It's just the secret behind that, Mindstab, is that there's so many great beauty shots with alcohol commercials that I could just keep the puns rolling. And so sometimes I try to keep it to 30 seconds, but some of them get to closer a minute or so. All right, there's no sense in doing this. Let's check this out. Trying to cast the golem here. We are looking for a combo. I'll say bottom top. I'll chill on that. We'll see if we can get this out and let it live for a turn. Now the cat's out of the bag. They know what we're trying to do at least if they're MTG savvy. And we got quite a bit of the raid party sticking around. Appreciate having some new blood. Okay, off we go. I do believe that's somebody's fire alarm. I just hope it's not ours. Another Troll of Khazad-dûm. If you ever want a great lesson in movie making, boy, if you ever get the behind the scenes, I think it's on YouTube by now, but of the DVDs of the original, sure, we'll do that. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, that behind the scenes making of that movie is just, it's literally like film school. You could just watch it and go. Thank you for the props, Mindstab. Alrighty. Well, that's good too. Maybe we'll get double lucky. Let's go. What do we got? Steelfin Whale. That's pretty good. It'd be nice to have a little bit of redundancy. I'm going to draw one. So maybe I draw the whale. So we have an extra backup. I'll say no to this. drop this, play this. That way we get 2 out of the 4. A watch commercial. Oh, a watch, yes. Prismatic lenses. Yeah, that was a eyeglass one. And we did the Astrolabe as well. I don't think I had a watch though. God, it's awesome to just have this problem, right? Where I've cut so many of these things, and each one takes like over a week for me to pull off. Okay, Relic's pretty cool, but I just don't need any of this. So I'm going to throw all of... Well, I have to pick something, right? Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We already have the whale discount. We're up against a blacklist. Probably some edict shenanigans headed our way. It's hard to say no to the relic. I'm going to grab the relic. Any order. All right. Let's bring out the whale. Yeah, so many of our commercials are things that got banned. That's kind of the problem. I think with this hand, I'm just going to run into this guy. Let's go. You want to sacrifice your only attacker? I'm cool with that. I've got whale backup. Oh, forgot that. I always forget that damn familiar trick. All right. Doing the thing. Bye-bye, Golem. 2 Golems down. Trade away. Smack. Do the thing. Yeah, what was it? Did the Basking Brood scale. That entire combo was a weight loss scale with the maniacal laughter. Sucks because you finally get it out there, and then it's always within about a week or two it gets banned, and then you wait a year and new players are like, what? That's frustrating. I think if you added up all the mentions, like, if you use the word invigorate in part of your copy, that can be a thing too. So I'm starting to regret our decision tree. We got greedy and now we're paying for it. Well, we can always double relic out of any situation. Cool. We're doing the thing. Woo! Yes. And attack. Do you have 10 more? I better be careful. I keep forgetting about the little Cauldron Familiar trick. And I was like, is that a food token? Oh, no. We'll lose another Golem. Ba-da-ba-ba. Can't believe it's going to be October soon. Does anybody know the appropriate date for Oktoberfest? I know it falls in the States here, or maybe worldwide, in September. I've never understood that. Because I have a full set of like lederhosen. It's like super awesome thick leather and everything. I mean to do it. I always miss it. I still have to get a hat and shoes. I have everything else. I even got it extra large so that if I drink too much beer and I feel kind of bloated, I can be, and I figured I'll be sitting down, so I don't want to be like sucking it in while I'm partaking in libations of the fall. September. All right, yes to this. Coming up on the 2-hour mark. Yeah, maybe I'll win the lottery one of these years, and I'll actually make Singear Superstores and stock it with all these fake labels and stuff, and all of like 2 people will shop there once, and then I'll go broke. Yeah, let's go. We're pretty close. We can't throw away our abilities to Retraction Helix here if we top deck into a, you know what? Let's do it. Tooth of Chiss-Goria. Let's go, Tooth. I want a Tooth. We'll just say nothing on that. Let's go. Tooth. Find us the Tooth, damn it. I'll save the island in case I do a thing. Tooth. Done. Getting no abilities outside of the draw. Oh, that sucks. Well, artifacts are better than nothing. Let's go with that. I don't want to be returning that. Say nope. Well, we'll attack here. Doesn't have haste. Let's go. Yo. 16 days for Sunday in October, if that Sunday falls before. That's why it's all over the place. You figure the name. I mean, if something was called December Fest, you don't think it would happen in November, right? Germany's usually like the land of accuracy, right? They're all about engineering and getting like watches and motor parts just so. You'd think they would be like dead on, like Oktoberfest, October 1st through the end of October, maybe. That would make a lot more sense in my world. Here they come. Well, somebody's offering that they have suffocating fumes in their hand. I'm going to let this hit us. Yeah, I could block with the golem and then lose both golems if they do have aforementioned spell. It is game 2, isn't it? Is it? I forgot. Crypt rats. Oh, the plan has changed. All right. Witch's Cottage. That's a good one, Dreamer Single. I like that. I'm guilty of that myself. I partake in the altered substances for sure. Let's go. And are they going to do the thing? Yes, 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 yes. Well, this is getting frustrating now. Let's see. We've already... There's nothing exiled, so we have more helixes. I don't think it's really worth an attack here. So I'm tempted to, like, let me bring out another Gingerbrute. I'll attack. That way I can Retraction Helix, bounce the Golem if he zaps it for 2 here. Is there another one of those in the yard? There's not. Yes. And I'll attack with these 2. That way I can Retraction Helix back the Battered Golem and then gain the life off the Gingerbrute. Septemberfest. Is he tripping it for 2? X is 2. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to save our creature. We'll go like this. Oh, we'll do this. Return a permanent to its owner's hand. And I'll wax the rest of the team. All right. Now I'll play this for an edict effect and this for the other effect. Now we're hellbent. Good to go. Oh, that's true. Seems like it ends at the end of September all the time. Here comes a troll. Now that our Cryogen Relics are almost all gone. I think we have one more on our list. Uh-oh. They're not having any of it. No messing about. Here we go. Troll company. Halt! Any of you do want that Phyrexian jewelry link, never... don't mind sharing it. I just don't. I've stopped promoting it in the videos and such. Do like having it, but man, that thing's dangerous. They have a white mana ring and a couple of rings too, and then they had a Zorius pendant that was. But man, all their necklaces look dangerous. I'm gonna hold on to this. Just they might waste a duress or another refurbished familiar. There's no need. We're dead here. They've got an active fountain. Yeah, here comes back rats. All right, we'll scoop this one. We need all of our combination to show up in sync and not to be messed with, and this deck just messes with everything. So, all right, a lot of graveyard shenanigans going on, so we're going to bring in the Tormod's Crypt. We'll lose 2 petals and a ponder. I'm fond of doing that. Let's... maybe some dispels. Maybe we make room for just 1 dispel. Let's try this out. Okay. Haven't played much Ascension with the wife. We usually play a bunch, but hey, Nimchimsky, you have a great time at your cinema, my friend. That's a pretty cool thing you do for the community. All right, we're almost done here too. Would I like to play first? You betcha. I don't even know how to raid. I used to. Mulligan. We need blue, not the other thing. Hey, 1, 2, 3 parts. We'll keep this. Well, we've already got one helix, so we'll throw the other one out. Let's go. Showing a little bit of the flexibility of using Retraction Helix without the combo, saving our creatures. Not so much this game, but in others. Alrighty. What's going on here? Shouldn't be that hard to cast, right? The easiest way is raid and username. Yeah, if I knew anybody's username. I'm the Twitch streamer that never watches. Once in a while, I've checked out Mindstab Trolls. Are you still doing your thing on, what is that, Tuesdays, Mindstab? I think that was you, right? All right, here's Gingerbrute. Yeah, we'll go aggro here. I can do this and then play the Tooth and come over for 2. There's worse things. Attack. As long as there's not an active familiar in the yard. Tuesdays at 6. Yeah, check out Mindstab Throw. Did you ever get around to using that layout I made for you? Remember, that was like over a year ago, I think. Tried to make an old school black little layout for him. Probably not, I'd imagine. All right. Let me just impulse here. Oh, we got definitely enough for a whale. Yeah, we got the goods here. Let's go. We'll bring out the whale. Say any order. I've always liked impulse because it's sneaky. You do the thing and they don't know, you know? So I've already got the combo out. We just need to cast this whale, wait a turn, and hopefully they don't have a cast down or a snuff out. I remembered you using it once. I thought you'd maybe just being nice or something because it was really close to when I made it, but I haven't checked it out since. I just almost never think to even go on Twitch. Sometimes Sundays are really, really hot and I'm bored and I didn't enter the challenge and I'll watch somebody play a challenge. That's about the only time I watch Twitch. Not to be dishonest. Here we go. Let's hope for the best. Oh, I do have to pay 2, darn it. I was hoping it was a little less. Attack. Sucker. Please don't have cast down. Or maybe we ponder into a dispel and top deck an island so that we can play for both of them. That would be pretty nice. Come on, tap out. A little bit more. Come on now. Woo. Second breakfast. Quite the Lord of the Rings draw here. Lembas and Troll of Khazad-dûm in the same list. That's a cool little concept. All right. Well, they're on to us. At least they didn't make us pay for it. We've done some Ornithopter damage. Let's rebuild. Cool. I'll do that. Pondering. We need land. We need a lot of things. Dispel's pretty good. Let's just keep this like it is. I do this. Say nope. We do need land, but it's just nice to have a plan of attack here. Let's go. They've only got 17 turns left, and they're ours. Man, this tooth looked like it hurt when it came out. I got the roots and everything. Jeez. Teeth are so weird. When I was a kid, I used to think they were made of bone, which makes sense, right? The rest of us is. What the hell's a tooth? Some weird human stone in your mouth. I forget the technical term for teeth, but what they're made out of. It is a strange concept, though. All right, if I can only get that familiar in the yard, that'd feel really good. Do they have to sacrifice, or do they just sacrifice a food? Yeah, they can just do the thing here. Right. Yeah, get out of here. We're not falling for that. Come on. Oh, we know what we're drawing. Well, let me go bottom top. Do the same thing next turn. Yeah, we'll just attack. Trying to stay patient. I still have an answer in the spell. You know what? I'm going to play the punter now because I don't want to answer something that's going to mess with this part of the board. So I think waiting on the spell here is dumb. I'd much rather set up our creature and then defend it with the spell. So let's do this. Okay, cool. So we find pretty much everything we need. We'll put this on top. I'd like to... Yeah, I'm going to go like this in case... Nope. I'm going to hold because if they have a familiar, I'm going to have to sacrifice the Tormod's Crypt here. We don't even have the mana for the golem here. But Jugabog, no effect on us. We almost have no way of interacting with our graveyard. I don't think we have a single recursion spell, do we? Cool. Artifact count is getting a little bit low. That's a bummer. Yeah, here comes Golem, but we can't pay for him. That kind of sucks. All right, we'll make this fly. For some reason I thought that had affinity too in the back of my head. I was like, oh yeah, we'll just do that. It's like, nope. I probably should have swung with both. That was dumb. Only need one for the spell here. We'll chill out. Nothing of relevance in the graveyard yet. We could answer that, but not really worth it. Xenic Poltergeist. Bring that one up. I have no memory of that one. I've heard the name before. I think I have. I might be remembering incorrectly. Oh no. All right. Well, I'd much rather have our Gingerbrute out. I mean, our Ornithopter out. Target non-creature becomes an artifact creature, pontifice to the mana value. Interesting. I always talk about old school. I remember beating somebody with Personal Incarnation. That was such a trippy card. So fragile and expensive. It was crazy. Well, I'm going to do this just so we get our artifact count up and we do the thing. Cast this. They have food. We'll wait for it to trigger. Till then, we'll attack. Do I really want to prevent any of this stuff? I'll attack with both. Do that. Do this. Tap, eat target artifact land. Chomp, chomp. Phyrexian gremlins. Very nice. Coming over for 2. What are you killing this time? Come on now. Dar, what do you got against me? I think we're going 1-4. My prediction was close. I was happy to get 1 victory. I was thinking we might get 2. Is he going to sack the thing? Do the thing? That'd be a good quote on it, for sure. Nutrient block. Graveyard Shenanigans. I've been wanting to play this deck for quite a while. All right, we're getting rid of this ability here. They're probably just going to answer it again with the other food token. And the way it's ordered, there's no deck in this guy. Back comes the cat. Meow. Zap goes the graveyard. Yield goes the hand. Why would you bring that in against this deck? I have no idea. I don't think they're running Pactol Terror. That would probably be the only argument for it. I mean, you can always trip the Spell Bomb, but... All right. I had a dream the other night that they revisited the Tempest block. It came out of nowhere. It's like, no plane, no nothing, just good cards. Ugh. We have lost. We have to draw a land, then we have to play a Golem and hope nothing happens to it, and then fall into 2 or 3 other cards, all while taking 4 damage a turn. So we're packing it up. We go 1-4. It's 1 less than I thought we would get. I said at the top of the show. So, you know, this is that time of the show where we say... All right, so I believe I'm back on. What did we learn? Well, Mirian Spy is a pretty cool addition. Was that you, Mindstab? M-I-R-I-N-S-B-Y. As long as I don't touch any numbers, I'm usually good to go. Hey, why don't I have this card? Here's a neat little trick you can do. Make sure your quantity is set to 0, and then you can see what you don't have. I thought I had this card, though. Oh, I must be spelling it wrong. M-I-R-R-A-N, Spy. Me and my dyslexia is always going to have something go wrong. There we go. Boop. There's the creature. So whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may untap target creature. That's pretty cool. And a flyer, too. Yeah, I think that's an upgrade to the Golem. It might make Thoughtcast a little bit worse. But I think that's a pretty good call. What say you, chat? You know what? Maybe bring in 2 of these over the Lotus Petals. They seemed just expensive and unnecessary. I'm just going to do that for now so that in like a year when I look back at this list, I'm going to, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I've still got that in my little grab bag sort of thing. So if you're wondering, this is a pretty cool little design, if I do say so myself, with Shirazman used to love this. You might be wondering why I put an underscore under these things. These are the things I'm playing recently or I'm tweaking, and then 3 underscores, a little bit less, and then the normal things, so that you don't have to, when you have as many decks as I do, there's hundreds, that I can keep everything relevant and it doesn't have to be alphabetized. So I won't go much past 4 because it gets a little redundant, but ridiculous after a while. But anyway, little tip for the keeping your collection a little bit straighter there. So anyway, y'all, be back this time next week playing Pauper. Probably a deck a little bit more serious than this. You'll forgive me if a lot of times I like to just tinker around and see what's there, see what can be improved upon, which in this case is a lot. But till then, everybody, we're going to go out with our little buy me a coffee link, and we'll see you next time on Propaganda. Thank you, Mindstab, Dreamer, Stingo, and Nimchimsky, as always, for hosting so well. Adios.
Hey everybody, it's Deluxica from Propaganda. If you want the ultimate deck box in luxury, deck engineering, and of all things toughness, the Mach 3 by LDB Duel is insanely impressive, and I'm hard to impress. Let's zoom in on here. We've got your typical backside with the dice compartment, and of course our Propaganda sleeved cards. But what's really cool about this is the entire front comes off for when you're not playing. It comes on nice and easily, robust, thick. It's a monster.